Hello, outdoor enthusiasts and land investors. This is Josh, and I'm bringing you another video here. We're going to overview some Volusia County, Florida lots. We have 10 of them, I think, and we have more coming. These are recreation land lots. They are landlocked, most of them. There's no access, but they're bigger acreage, an acre and a quarter, or some of these are double. They're 2.5 acres. But these are for recreation, hunting, camping. There are folks that build out there. You're allowed like a 10 by 10 shed or something. It's not something that's very highly monitored by the county and the building zoning. So there are people out there that have buildings and they live in them. But this is a place where people go hunting, ATV riding, hiking, camping, things of that nature, shooting. And even though you're buying a quarter or excuse me, an acre and a quarter, typically people are using the whole area. It's just kind of something people do. So I just want to make that clear for everyone looking at the video on what these are. This isn't something where you're going to build, move your family in and move and live in a residential area and have paved roads with curbs and sewer and street lamps on the sidewalk. That's not this. Okay. These are recreation lots, although you can put like a dry cabin or something on it, obviously, if you wanted. And there's trail systems throughout here. These are not county or township maintained roads by any stretch. But if you're looking for acreage, just to kind of chill out on the weekends, maybe have a retreat where you can go hunting, again, camping, ride ATVs, and make use of the entire area. That's pretty much what other people are already doing. Okay. So just to give you an idea, this is an acre and a quarter. And I'm just going to run through these pretty quick, just to kind of give you an idea. Some of these are partial wetlands. And again, even if they're entire wetlands, a lot of people are just buying these just to kind of say, hey, I own land out here. And then they kind of go wherever they want. Just saying. All right. But we'll look at the Google Maps map here later to kind of look at the surrounding area for you. And I just kind of want to run through these Volusia lots just to give you an idea of what we have and what you could expect from the inventory here. So you can see, you know, that sorry, it makes you go for, I have to go back and turn the page, unfortunately. So this is the lot we just looked at. Let's go back. I wish it just automatically went back to page two. So sorry if I'm giving anybody what's it called when you get dizzy? All right. Yeah, so you can see here that's the parcel, and a lot of these are off Hunting Camp Road if you're familiar with the area. Just a hop, skip, and a jump. I mean, you're right on the beach with these two, by the way. Like you're not too far from the beach. It's kind of between the beach and the East Coast and the inland cities like Orlando. Uh, so let's go back. All right, page two. Sorry about this, guys. I wish it just went right back to page two so I could run through them for you. I just want to give you an idea and a feel for what you can expect in terms of the inventory that's available. Again, there's trails throughout here, ATV trails. I'm sure some of it's big enough to drive a four-wheel drive truck, and things like that. But there's no paved roads or anything. But I mean, you can kind of see some of the trails that everybody's carved out, riding ATVs, hunting, just hanging out. Did we look at that one already? I think that one, yeah. So I just want to give you an idea for the inventory of what's out and why people are buying it and what the likely use is. Buy and hold or off-grid living, I mean, that's something here. Like I said, you're going to go out there and there's going to be people that are literally living out there in a cabin that they built out there. and that's what they're doing. They're hanging out. I don't think you could bring an RV back there. There's really no way you'd be able to do that without it sinking. Um, Even on the dry areas, you would still get stuck somewhere on the way in or the way out. So if you're looking to pull an RV back in here, it's probably not going to happen. Whatever you're building, even on solid ground, it's going to have to be something where you kind of site built it. But like I said, one gentleman advised you are allowed to have basically a shed 10 by 12 or something and without a permit. So you don't even need a permit. And I think people are basically building a larger structure and just living in it. Uh, but I don't know that there's a lot of folks out there doing that. But you could make off-grid living happen. It's a good buy and hold investment, but most people are buying this for weekend warrior, hunting, camping. Let's go take the ATVs out. Let's go sight in the guns and or maybe just go shoot by the fire and throw something on the grill just to kind of take a load off on the weekend and things like that. Okay. All right. Yeah, and I apologize. I know a lot of you want the RV and you want to be able to pull a camper and drop it off back there for all of those things, but realistically, I just don't think more power to you if you want to investigate it. I just don't think that's a likely scenario. Because if you were going to pull it into your lot, you might be off of a county maintained road for a good half hour because it's going to be slow sledding, if not more, trying to get it back there and not sink or get stuck. Because these aren't maintained roads, it's just dirt. There's no gravel or anything. So I just don't know that you could bring a heavy contraption like that, even if you had a four-wheel drive 3500 truck. I just don't see you literally sledding it through the mud and dragging it back there. But again, maybe you know something I don't know. All right. That one, where are we at here? There's Volusia. Yeah, I think we've looked at these. I mean, these are really all the same. They're very similar, guys. They're all in this same area. You're really just buying the land so that you have acreage. And on that acreage, if you want to do something specific with it, like put a shed without a permit, you can do that, set up campsite, you can kind of do that, but you still have access to the entire area for riding, ATVs, maybe some fishing around. There's some creeks and little ponds in here as well. But you can kind of see what that's what they are. These are recreation lots. Okay. All right. So let's go look just to give you an idea of the area. I'm going to start up here. Okay. So you're right here by Daytona, Lake George, Deltona to the south, Palm Coast, Lake George, Deland, Ocala National Forest, but you can see New Smyrna Beach. And guys, these aren't all up here. They kind of randomly spread out through this little corridor between the developed area and the East Coast. Right down this corridor, some of them are even closer this way, even up here closer to Route 1, literally, what, minutes from the beach. So that corridor that kind of comes down, that's where all these are at. Um, all of these parcels. And again, that's what people are doing. They're hunting, camping, fishing, uh, just hanging out, camping out, having a fire without the noise and the chaos of the city. That's pretty much what they're doing. All right. So I think I've beat this to death. If you want to buy more than one property because you do want to put some buildings up and or have multiple campsites to bring ATVs in or whatever, we can bundle properties. Or if you just want to invest, because by virtue of me showing you the corridor, you can now see, well, they've started to develop this and expanding, and they're developing the coast inward. Well, it's just a matter of time before this gets bought up and expanded for development as both come in on each other from the west and the east, right? So a lot of folks buy these just for buy and hold. just waiting for when it gets developed because it's just a matter of when. 2 years, 20 years, who knows? So that's another addition to maybe a portfolio, land portfolio you're building of buy and hold properties. These would be great candidates because you can see it's right on the edge of the urban sprawl from the west, and it's getting pinched in from the east urban sprawl. And at some point, they're going to try to put that together. And yes, they can build in wetland areas, and if they have a motivation that's financially large enough, they figure out a way to make that happen with piers and backfill and all kinds of stuff. But that's a whole engineering feat for you guys to look into yourself if you're curious about it. Okay. All right, so guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel, click that notification bell so that you're automatically notified of any of our new listings. And then also you'll be notified of any new land that's coming through, and also any of our other videos, education videos, that help you buy land better, become a better investor. But if you have any questions, feel free to give us a shout. Email us at usrecland@gmail.com. If you have any specific questions, feel free to call Volusia County if you have questions on something really specific. It's always good to get it direct from the horse's mouth. We try to help you out as best as we can as well. All right. All right, guys. Until next time, happy land hunting.